So this is the service we created. This is the controller we created. This is the DB context we created. Everything is available. Okay. Let me give you a recap. What I did is, first step, I created sample ASP.NET MVC Institute. I created a service class. I created a service contract class. I created a model class. Okay. First step in the model class, this model class library will be included all three projects. I had added as a reference. Okay. Now here I'm created a model class with the student ID, student name, date of birth, age. With that, student ID will be my key. And then I went to my student service. I registered that as a contract. And then in the service class, what I did is I created a method where I added all the students, get all students. Okay. Now all the students are retrieved in the UI. Once that is, I registered the student service and iStudent service under program.cs file. So see here, I had added as a service. Now, without a connection string, if I add this one, which whether the controller will create object or service will create object, which one will create object for the first step? You have to tell which one will be created a object.
Service.
Super. After that, that service will be injected into an instance with this particular stuff, so that you will hold the object of the service class. Okay. Now, if you go here, right click, you see there is a definition, there is an implementation. Will you all able to see this? Go to definition and go to implementation. Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everybody.
Yes, yes.
So if you click on definition, it will go to interface. If you click on implementation, it will go to the service contract. If you look into here, if you go and click on in definition, it will call the get student contract. Instead, if you go and right click on implementation, the actual implementation will be called. Okay, so keep that in mind when you are developing. Always you should understand when to go for definition, when to go for implementation. Always you have to use implementation. How this implementation happen? In the student service, I'm going to inherit or implement an interface iStudent service, so that you are able to build this structure. That is your absolute point. Now, come back in the model class. I'm going to implement a code first approach. For that, I'm going to write a student DB context, which I'm going to add a Microsoft.entity core framework. Okay. So that one will have a class called DB context class. In the DB context, you are going here, you are writing the table name like this, saying that DB set of student models. And then you are having a abstract method, which is available in DB context. Right click, go to definition. You see there is a on model change. There is a virtual class. You see here, there is a virtual method. Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Why it is protected? Why not it is public and private? Why it is protected? Because this class is a base class. Whenever you are inheriting this base class under the student DB context, whenever you are inheriting this base class, only the protected method will be available here. We discussed right in C#. You have a base class, you have a derived class. Okay. Whenever you make a variable protected in your base class, it should be accessed only the derived class. It will not access outside any other class. That is the reason they declared as a virtual method as a it is not showing here. Yeah. So they declared this as a protected internal virtual. Okay. So that is the reason you are using this method. Now go back. Once you protected that, you are defining your model builder saying that I'm creating a student model, and then you are adding. After adding this, you have in the package manager console, you need to add add -manager. Okay. And then you have to specify the manager name. Once that has been installed, again, you have to use update database. Once you click add manager, what will happen? It will create a two file under a folder called migration. One is student DB context, another one is snapshot. You look into this student DB context. What it is creating? It is creating a student DB with the migration class, which is coming from entity framework core.migration class. This migration class is a base class which has two methods. You see here, there are two methods, up operation and down operation. Got it? Rizwan, Suresh, you see up method, another one is down method. When I say down method, it will delete the method in the database. When you use an up method, it will use the create a table, get the data. That is how the SQL Server is storing the data. What will happen? This migration will try to create a script. You see here, you will see the database script. It making the table of student ID. It has a table, and it also specifying the column type and everything. Date, time, student name, string, everything will be created. You no need to do anything. Entity framework will take care. Once this has been done, you are going to use update database with the database name you created in the migration. Where that need to be updated, you need to update it here. Once that has been done, before you have to do in the program.cs file, you need to register the connection string like this, because this is holding the DB context of this student, where you will have a connection string. Now this connection string you are going to use as a lifetime object. Now let me run the project. See, will you all able to see this? Say yes or no. All this data comes from database. Sir, I want to change this as a table. Let's design something beautiful. Then we go ahead. Go to root, styles. Just say div table border 3 pixel solid blue. Now you got that? Say yes or no. Chaitanya. Guys, you have to speak, otherwise I will be silent. Unmute yourself. Whether you are able to understand or not understand, I really don't know. Are you there or not? Will you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have to unmute and talk.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then you say width is 100%. Now you see that the width is 100% or not. Now put a margin saying that 10 pixel. Now you, hey, where it is going? Okay, you do one thing, you make your width as 95% so that it will be properly aligned. Now this is properly aligned. Sir, when you click on test 2, I need to show as a test 2. What I will pass here, slash student slash. This is the URL I need to form in my routing. Listen carefully, I'm using student slash 2. So how to form this route in my code? Can anyone tell me? We already discussed. In the route, public I action result student details is your method, which you are going to return view. And in the route, you are going to refer route. What is your name of the route? Student. This is the URL you are going to pass, right? Student slash. Here you are going to say ID. Student ID. When you pass student ID, here you need to say in student ID should be the proper value. Okay, now put a breakpoint here. Now you don't have a view. First you go and create a view. How to create a view? In the under a view folder, right click, add view, empty view. Hold on a second. Click on add. What is the name you need to give? View name. Anyone can tell me? What is the actual
Student.
method name we created? Details, right?
Yeah.
Details. Now here you simply say HTML. Here you have to say head tag. Here you have to say title tag. Say student details. Right? And then you should say body. Put a H1 simply. Student details reached. Student details reached. Done. Save all. And then go to your solution explorer. Go to your controller. No, you have to put this name. So better to have a details. Otherwise, what will happen? Mapping will not happen. Now refresh. Put a breakpoint. Run the project. Now here you say student /2. See, you got the option, you
Yes,
got
sir.
the route.
Yeah.
Now you see the student ID has a value 2. Whatever the URL you are passing, what URL you are passing? Student of 2. Now that ID will be comes here. Continue. What happened? Details what's not found. What is the name we given? Student /2.
So do we need to build it again? Do we need to build it again?
Already done. See, thank you. So you got the reached of student detail. Now what you need to do? First, you need to go to student service. Here you need to write a method public student model details. Get student details where you are going to pass in student ID. Right? So here, first you need to pass this, say return student. Done. Now here what you are going to do, DB context. What is our context here? This dot underscore DB context dot students model dot first star default. Okay, you have to write a query here. First star default option lambda. This is how you have to build. What will happen? Based on the student ID, it will try to create a query. How it will try to create a query? Basically, how you will write a query? Student model list based on ID to query a data. Right. So how I'm doing? First, I'm going to say the list of student model. In that, I'm going to get only one student, so that I'm going to pass my student ID. This is how I have to write the query. This is called a link queue query. And after writing that, you simply say student equal to dot first star default. That's all. You no need to do anything, I think. What is the problem? Converting null. Okay, you make this student as nullable. If it is null, it will not return anything. If there is no ID has been matched, it will not return anything. So that is why you have to make nullable, and you have to make this also nullable. That's it. Simply it will query the data, it will send you the student detail. Now you go here, try to build your service. But sir, you made a small mistake. When you implement this service should register in your contract or not? Say yes or no. You have to
Yes, sir.
you have to register this service in your contract. Where your contract? My contract is here. You go and register the service. But you don't need public. You remove this and say this is your definition. Now right click your contract, build. Right click your contract, build, and then go try to build your service model, service. Okay. After build the service, go to your controller. In the student controller, simply call student model nullable student model equal to this dot student service. Why I am using this? Anyone can tell me? Say why I am using this. Because this denotes the current class containing variables. Okay. And then this student model, I'm going to pass here details, comma, pass the model. Right? Everybody clear? Now, let it be. Let's see the flow and then we can build it. Let's go. Try to build the solution. Jafar, Nitin, Prem, you all understand?
Yes, sir.
Jafar,
Yes, sir.
Nitin,
Yes, sir.
now run the express. It will first load the list of students. See, I never connected from UI to UI till now. Okay, I will connect it. First, let me build the backend structure. Now I have a structure. Now what I'm going to do here, listen carefully. Student 2, before student 2, what I'm going to do in the service, student service.cs, I put a breakpoint. Okay, now enter. What happened? From which one it is calling? Say, the method detail has been invoked. Now the student service as an instance object where you will have a DB context and everything. Now run this, continue. Now you see here, right now I am in a student service class. The student service class as a DB context class. Now look into this. Now you see, I got a student. I got a student with ID 2 and passing. I got it or not? Say yes or no. Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you got it. Sir, if I pass 0, what will happen? See, now my student ID is 0. Click continue. Continue. It will reach, but it will not display data. Okay. For that, you need to make a validation, which I will do tomorrow. Now continue. Sir, I got the data from a controller standpoint. Now I want to build the UI according to the data. So what I will do in the detail class, go to your index.cs HTML. Simply take this portion alone. Okay. Simply take this portion, put it here. Clear my point? And then come here at model student. What I need to do, let's build this model once again. Build. Now go here, build the solution of this so that you will get the model. Model sample. What is your project name? Sample ASP.NET Institute models. Dot student model. This is your class. Why it is not coming? Okay, I do one thing. At using I'm using like this. Done. I copy this one. Now go to your student controller. Here you need to pass details, comma, student model. The object what I received, I'm going to pass here. Copy, run. Now go here, slash student 2. Continue. Continue. You got the data, ma? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now you need to design the view. How you are going to design the view? What you need to write here? Go here, link href slash. I'll create a one more style sheet. I don't want to include right now. Simply go new item. Student details.css. Because I don't want to waste the time. Okay. Copy this entire stuff. Go back to details. Put this rel equal to done. Now build. Here, I'm going to surround everything in a div. Okay. The body, I'm going to use a div. Anyone can tell me how to build a flux? Anyone can tell me how to build a flux in CSS? Chaitanya, you know, right? We already discussed. Chaitanya,
Yes, sir. Trying to
tell me
record.
the flux building. So first, what you need to do?
Display. Font family.
Family. Vardhana. Margin. 0 pixel. Padding. 0 pixel. Background color. Feet. Okay.
Box shadow.
Box shadow will not come here. It should come for the div, right? Now here you need to make class container. Okay. Copy. Dot. Always use class means you have to use dot. Display. Flex. Right? Align content. Center. Align items.
So will it be align content or text aligns? No?
Background. Linear gradient. 45 degree. Got it? Got it or not?
Why is this coming like this?
Okay. I had given style.css instead of student details.css. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
To say width equal to 350 pixel. చెప్పండి చెప్పండి. ఓకే. ఓకే. That is because of this. Let me cut time being. Now go back. I got the student list, right?
Yes, sir.
But again, sir, this is not, flex is not center line, right? What is that one? I forget. Flex. Okay, leave it time being. I'll do it tomorrow. I forgot it. I'll put a margin. Okay. Okay, fine. Now what I will do, I'm putting one more link here. Okay, saying that back to home. So what I will do under here, I say anchor href. In this href, I'm going to use and say back to list. Jafar, Prem, Nitin. Will you all able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
So now you see there is a back to list. Click on back to list, it is coming. If you go back, you see, if I pass 3 here, you will get the third record. And it is click on back to list, you will come in here. Now, here you need to pass, whenever I click on this 3, should go to, whenever I click on the test 3, I need to go to detail page. How to do that? In the index.cshtml, here, used h2, right? I'm going to say anchor under h2. Listen carefully. Here I'm going to do a beautiful work. Anchor href slash student. Where is my controller? What is want? I want student. Okay, slash here. I'm going to use student dot student ID. Cut this. anchor, paste. Okay, I'm taking this H2, put here inside. Okay, now save this. I want to take this anchor of div. Okay, because in go to my solution, go to my style sheet. You say here div anchor text decoration. Text hyphen decoration is none. Now try to run. You see here, it's a linking or not?
Yes, sir.
Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Click on that. Go back to list. Click on that student 1. Back to list. Click on student 5. Back to list. Click on student 3. Back to list.
We can use text
Spell that.
decoration as none, sir.
Come again.
We can use text decoration as none for this underline.
Here also, na?
Yeah. Just for the anchor tag.
Anchor I did, na?
But it's not reflected.
Under a div, there is an anchor, right?
Yes, sir.
I did it. Why this is not coming? Display block or display inline block or okay.
What did you add, sir? Display blank.
Why it is going here? Okay, we'll see. Now perfect. Okay, ma?
Yes, sir.
Everybody have any questions? Nitin, Jafar,
No, sir, no.
Prem? Okay. We'll connect tomorrow. We'll try to add, update, delete, and the same logic we will try to implement for update, delete, insert for this model. I want to create a student. I want to update a student. I want to delete a student. We'll discuss tomorrow. Say yes or no?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, guys.
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Have a great day.